Hey guys, how you doing? It's been a while since we've done a video here. We're back. Actually, have a pretty simple one for today. It's actually, I've gotten quite a few folks, let me just wipe this down a little bit, asking about NGauge. And you can see it's a fairly svelte gauge. There's a mount that I have in my SS, but this gauge allows me to monitor the car while I'm driving. I have a couple different parameters. I needed to do an update on it, so I figured I'd show you guys how to do the update. There's a couple different ways to go about doing that, and I got big meaty digits here, but it's got a micro SD card, and I was due for a firmware update. I had just done it, so you can a couple different ways. You can actually like download it into the thing, but I'll just show you here. You can just I'm gonna grab it and bring it around here. So you can see I have it loaded into my micro SD port here, and I like to use Lund Racing for my updates. They always have it current. You can see 521 was the latest update, and if I can get you in here, I'm sorry if I jostle this a little bit, but you can see that the latest update is firmware update 326. Now the latest one I had was 259, but really all you have to do, it's actually great because they have the entire procedure right here on their page. So if you go to support lundracing.com and a whole bunch of stuff here, you just look up firmware update, you can find it on their page. And then what you do, they have it all the way down here at the bottom. You can see Lund Racing firmware, boom, you click on that, it starts to download. You can see that I already did it, so I'm going to just open it, you know, show it in the folder, and you can see I got like a billion different things in here. But there's the firmware update. Then what you do is, because I have it loaded on my let's see here, NGauge, you want to open up the NGauge file here, and really all you're going to want to do is grab, see you have a whole bunch of them, you're going to want to take it from your downloaded files and drag it into here. So here's the latest firmware update. I drag it into here, then you just go in and you click on that, right click, you eject it, boom, that's it, it's been downloaded, safe to remove. And then, now I'm going to stand you back up because I need both my hands here, so just bear with me. We'll stand this back up. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully that's not a horrendous view here. Now, it's a very small port in here, but you load her back in, and I got to use a little thing here to grab it. Now, it's loaded on the SD card. You can do this in your car now if you want to power it up in the vehicle. I just have a micro USB cable. It's got the funky end. We just pull this out so you know which end that is on. It has this end, it's the micro USB 2.0. You know, you just plug that guy in to the front of the NGauge and grab a USB port in your device. You'll see it's starting to fire up. So I'm gonna bring you in here. You can see it's starting to fire up. I'm going to see if I can kind of stand this up and adjust it. Now you can see, so now you can see I've already done the update, so it completely changed the face of the gauges. But what you would do is you would go into diagnostics, then you would go into, well, first you want to see what your setting is. You go setting, and then you go, that's the update from USB. So what you want to do is hit device info. That tells you what your firmware is you're running. You can see there, sorry, these GoPros stink at focusing, but you can see I have the firmware 326. It was 259 in there, so I'm good to go. It actually changed the way that the face looks. But if you want to do an update, you would go and you'd hit update from SD card. It searches for updates. What it would do is find what it would show that it has a more recent update. It would go to that micro SD card, find that update, say you want to do it, yep, boom. I like using the cable because it gives you a constant source of power. You don't have to worry about maybe your key. You know, if you have been doing something on the car and you walked away from it, the power could shut off. You do not want to lose power in the middle of an update. But since there's no, you know, it already did the update, you would go back in, you'd hit the down button here. See, you know, it gives you all the different functions and stuff like that. So what you would do is go into, let's get out of here. You go diagnostics, settings, back again. You take a look, device info. There you go. You did, you know, you did the update right. Shows in there. Again, what you're going to have to do after this is you're gonna have to hook this back into the car, and you would actually do very similar. You hit your gauges, and then you'd want to reconnect, right? So you want to either scan, you have to go back and reconnect to the car, so it'll rescan it and everything. I'll take it outside, and we can do, get some more info on how I hook in, show the different gauges. So let's take a walk outside. All right, guys, so here I am. I'm in the office here. I'm inside the SS. We've got the gauge set up now. It's back in its holder. I got the connector put in the back, and then you can't really see it. It's too dark down here, but the OBD2 connector sitting right there in the port. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to just start it real quick here. It's going to be loud as hell. Matter of fact, I'm going to close the door. And I can't run it too long because I don't want to die. Thinks that my keys aren't there yet. The keys are obviously there. Let's see. It's been doing that lately. There you go. All right. I'm gonna put that on low. I should be venting this, but let's turn the gauge on. All right, connecting to the vehicle. I already did the connection to it again, so it's reading the gauges. There we go. Now, for some weird reason, it never shows boost. I got to figure out why the gauge is not doing that. That's just on me to figure that out. But you can see my spark advance. There's the coolant temperature. I like to do my intake air temperature, the outdoor temperature. So yeah, it's 55 in the garage, based on wherever the hell the sensor is. But there you go. Pretty straightforward. And I can already smell it starting to stake up inside the garage here, so I'm gonna get the heck out of here. But that's yeah, that's really it. It is really super straightforward and very, very easy to update the gauge, install it. And what I'll do another follow-up video when we're driving, kind of showing you the different gauges you can display on here. It's just it's late tonight, and I've actually had the car out a couple times over the last few days, and man, she's making power. I cannot get a decent pull on it. It's really difficult to do a third gear pull. But I did notice when I looked at my logs back from way back when last time I ran it back in May at the Icebreaker event, the fourth gear, believe it or not, the top of fourth gear was actually pulling a little bit of timing. Like first run was like maybe 0.2, 0.3 degrees. And then on the second run was aborted. The third run, it actually pulled like a degree, 1.2 degrees of timing. So that's not great. I got to go in and maybe pull out a little bit of timing that particular cell. I'll just pull a degree out, and we'll give it another go to see if it likes that. But car looked good. Engine looked good, I should say, when I pulled it apart. So that's it for today, guys. I appreciate this. A quickie here, so thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button and hit the bell there. That actually helps me out with YouTube's algorithm. I get more viewers. They put it up in more places. So I appreciate you guys watching. More great content coming up here. We're going to get that rear in the car. We're going to lower it finally. This was the last weekend that this thing is a monster truck. So coming up next weekend, we'll start to tear this thing apart, get it down lowered. I got the King Spring sitting over there on the shelf, so we'll finally start to get this thing in the off season, try to get it down a little bit lower, and hopefully I'll be able to get out of my driveway, guys. So take care, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.